On this 2013 Altima 2.5, we are changing the oil and filter today. And you're not going to want to use a cheap oil. Don't look for some bargain deal, because to protect your motor, it's an important thing. As you can see, we have 020 is what this calls for. And this oil is supposed to be good for 20,000 miles, which we don't run it that long, but it's still a good quality oil. And the filter is supposed to be good for 10. But we change ours every 5,000 or 6,000 miles regardless. On this car, your drain plug is located right here, which is a 14 millimeter. You're going to need a pan like this right here to catch it. And of course, always recycle your oil. And I like to do it when it's warm, only for the fact it gets a lot of the impurities out. And when it's warm, it flows better like that. Next thing you do is reinstall your bolt. And torque it to factory specs. This is your oil pan right here, which we just took the oil out of. And the oil filter is located behind this plastic panel on the passenger side. You really don't have to take the cover off. All you got to do is peel it up. This should only be hand tight, or just a little past hand tight. Get up there and just loosen it up. And have your drip pan underneath it to catch the oil. This is what it looks like with the filter removed. And you want to make sure that there's no rubber gasket sticking around this edge right here. Otherwise, it'll leak right off the bat. Next thing is clean it with a clean rag and install the new one. Like I said, this is the oil we're going to use. It's a good quality oil, one of the top brands. It's a 020, which is called for by this Nissan. We're going to open it up and we're going to lube the top of this ring right here so it seals better. Time to install. And like I said, this is the Purelator 1 that we're using, which is good for 10,000 miles, which we won't push it that far, but it's still a good quality brand filter. Okay, next thing I do is just put it on. Spin it on. And it just has to be hand tight, as tight as you can go. And that should be good enough. And if you're having a hard time accessing the filter, you can remove one of these little clips, which you just pry out with a screwdriver, pop it out, and then you'll be able to move this out just a little farther. Reinstalling it, and just push it back in. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is install the oil right here. Of course, you can see that it has oil right on it, so it's pretty easy to detect. Put that next to it, make sure there's no dirt or anything around it. We get a funnel and we take that and we clean it, make sure there's no dirt or debris. Install this right there and put all 5 quarts in there. Okay, here we go. We're just going to put the oil in, and once that's done, we're going to check it. Just remove this, catch it with a rag, of course, and reinstall. Wipe her down so it's nice and clean. And ready to go. The last thing we're going to do is check the oil dipstick. And it might be a little over, only for the fact that the oil hasn't pumped into the filter yet, so it is a little higher than normal, but you can see it's nice and clean. To reset the oil light reminder on your car, on the Nissan, all you do is have to start the car with your foot on there, leave it and park. Take your foot off the brake, of course, and then you can toggle through. It has your brake, audio, mileage. When you get to the settings, toggle down to maintenance, push the button for enter, hit service, and you just go to reset and push the button, and you can see we're changing our oil every 6,000 miles. Just hit reset on this, and it should reset it. All ready to go.